Welcome to Unlikely Lovers. Coming up, meet the two transsexuals who married and then swapped sexes.
At that point, Emma was still male and I was still female.
Join Dominique on the biggest day of her life when she marries Dorak, her pet pussy.
It's not just my day, it's our day. What I need to do is marry him in a way that he's happy with and he's comfortable and doesn't completely traumatise him.
Meet 68-year-old bus pass boyfriend Jock, who's growing old disgracefully with his teenage lover Tony.
I didn't do all the chasing. I did not do all the chasing.
Meet Jeff, who made the ultimate sacrifice for his unlikely lover Mida.
To become Muslim, you also have to be circumcised.
And 47-year-old Ali reveals the benefits of having a toy boy lover.
I have an orgasm every time we have sex.
But first,
I think unlikely lovers are two people that you would never put together. Maybe their hobbies aren't the same.
Lifestyle, background.
Everything are different and unusual. But who's to say that they are different and unusual?
41-year-old Mitch is a man, but he used to be a woman. His wife, 45-year-old Emma, is a woman, but she used to be a man.
When she first changed into a female clothing, she was amazing, she was stunning, she really was. I couldn't believe that I'd actually met somebody who I could fall in love with.
There isn't very much I don't like about him at all. There are things which I wish were otherwise, but that's not going to happen. I wish he was a bit taller, for instance, but he's not. But he's mine.
The unlikely lovers first met in hospital 10 years ago, when they were both significantly different to how they are now.
When I first noticed this great lump, yes, I felt there's something there. Yes, I was attracted to him. And then, in theory, turn around saying female, because that's what in theory you were booked in as.
Yes. At that point, Emma was still male and I was still female.
But it wasn't until they left hospital that their true feelings began to show.
And she says, I think I'm in love with you. She says, and I'm a woman. And I said,
I'm a girl.
Sorry, I'm a girl. And I turned around and I said to Emma, I said, yes, and I'm a boy. And we just held each other. And then we cried. We both cried. And that was it. That cemented our relationship. The 2nd of October, 1995.
10 years on, despite endless sex change operations, Mitch and Emma are still going strong.
As the years go on, I love her more and more and more. But every morning I'm still pinching myself. I still can't believe it that I found the love of my life after all these years. She's amazing, she's wonderful, she's absolutely brilliant, and I love her to bits.
One of the areas that people often ask about, can we have sex, do we have sex, will we have sex? Major things we're looking forward to is Mitch being finished?
Yes.
Yes, because then...
I can't say no.
Because then hopefully we'll at long last be able to consummate our relationship. It's something we're both looking forward to very, very much.
Yes, although I'm scared.
Scared or not, they don't have long to wait.
People think we're unlikely lovers because Tony's 20 years older than I am. Tony was my local Bobby when I was the young girl in our local village. So, and of course I was a bit of a tearaway. My brothers were in trouble, not bad trouble, but he was the Bobby that came to see us, and to put it bluntly, I absolutely hated him. Hated him.
68-year-old DJ, Jock, is the envy of the local Derby and Joan, as he has snapped himself up a girlfriend young enough to be his great-granddaughter, 19-year-old Tony.
I first met Jock at a karaoke in Falmouth. He was on the mic behind the decks. I didn't really have that much time to talk to him, but he seemed really chatty, and that's when I first sung my first song ever before on the mic. I used to go to karaoke quite a bit then in the week, in the evenings, and then we started singing duets together, and he used to help me, give me singing lessons and things like that. So that's how it progressed really, just from singing together, we bonded together.
Despite Jock being over 3 times Tony's age, the couple have been together for nearly 1 year. But this isn't Jock's first dalliance with a younger lady.
It's always a younger woman that I'm attracted, or they're attracted to me. Either way, but it's never been an older person, it's always been a younger person. With Tony being 19 and young, and I'm being 16 and classed as old, yeah, there's a big difference in ages there.
People have to see me and Jock to see what our relationship's about and how much we care for each other and see what we're like. Not people just thinking, oh yeah, it's 48 years difference there. It looks a lot, but people actually have to know us and be with us to see what we're like together.
A 48-year age gap is bound to cause a stir, and Tony's parents did not take the news well, particularly as Jock was a family friend. That was.
Because of the age difference, I was worried about my family, how they would react, but we kept things quiet for a few months and see how we went, but well, I fell in love with them, so they found out in the end. They weren't too happy about it. They're friends with Jock before, they felt quite hurt that he'd gone behind their back with their daughter.
They didn't have anything to do with me. They seem to have overcome that and they've just accepted it. They don't come to the house or anything, but they still see me. They've kind of accepted it in that way.
But it wasn't just Tony's parents who were shocked. Everyone was.
Tony's very old-fashioned and I'm a little bit way out. I'm getting there with him though.
Oh, I've actually got gel in my hair now. Yeah. We've advanced.
Dominique lives in Holland with her unlikely lover, her cat.
My partner is my cat, Dora.
For most people, looking after the family pet is commitment enough. But for cat-crazy Dominique, well, she's looking for more commitment than most.
The next few days is a very special time. Dorak, my cat, and I are going to be married, so long as everything goes without a hitch.
Dorak, however, is a cat with issues and isn't just nervous about marriage. He's nervous about everything.
What I need to do is marry him in a way that he's happy with and he's comfortable and doesn't completely traumatise him, because the last thing I want is to make this gesture of committing to Dorak forever in a way that completely terrifies him. I've been wanting to marry Dorak for a long time. I've had him, I think, for 3 or 4 years. We have a very, very close, special bond, and I know that there's no other person in the world that he would want to be with other than me, and he really needs security forever. Dorak was found wandering in the snow, in the forest. He'd obviously been kicked about by his previous owners. He's a very, very scared, difficult cat that took a long, long time to bring him out of his shell. And with me, he really blossoms, but with anybody else, he's very, very scared. I really do feel that we were made for each other. We're both little lost souls in the world that have had a hard time, and we have a lot of love to give and we need a lot of love back, but in a very gentle way.
Marrying your pet is not as simple as you think. So a year ago, Dominique began arranging weddings for like-minded folk, wanting to say I do with their favourite four-legged friends. Before Dominique marries Dorak, she has one last wedding to plan with Tristan the dog and Kaisha the woman, and she's pulling out all the stops.
Essentially, it's going to be quite a short ceremony because basically when you're dealing with a pet and a person instead of just two people, you want to keep it as short as possible. I mean, Tristan is going to want to run off and chase after tennis balls, so they'll say their vows and it'll just be a condensed version of a normal ceremony.
Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to join Keisha and Tristan in holy matrimony. Will you, Keisha, take Tristan to be your partner from this day forward? Will you love him, cherish him, and keep Tristan, forsaking playing fetch with any other dogs for as long as you both shall live?
I do.
By the power vested in me, I now pronounce you woman and dog. You may now pat the groom.
Despite the smiles, Dominique masks an inner sadness, hiding every bride's worst fear, being jilted at the altar.
It's very bittersweet for me. I arrange ceremonies for other people and they will be able to have everything in their day that I would like for mine. But the reality is that Dorak's just not going to be able to handle that kind of day, and it's not just my day, it's our day. How am I going to marry Dorak when he is so scared of being in the room or in the presence of other people?
Our wedding was the best day in our entire... Well, it is one of our best days, and we keep having so many good days, though, don't we?
It was one of those things where it was, you know, you had your... What do we have, 120, 730, something like that, to the actual wedding reception and coming to the wedding. And we more or less put a general invitation out to come to this hotel where we're going to have the reception to people in the town. Well, we nearly had 1,000.
About 1,000 people came to our wedding. We had bus loads.
Earlier, we met married couple Emma and Mitch. Emma was born a man but is now a woman, and Mitch was born a woman but is now a man. And as Mitch's final transgender operation is around the corner, it's time to talk about sex.
One of the areas that people often ask about, can we have sex, do we have sex, will we have sex?
I'm looking forward to having intercourse with Emma for the very first time. We've been together 10 years. We have our kisses and we have our cuddles and we have our tickle. You know, she tickles me a lot, which drives me mad, but I enjoy it at the same time. But sex...
A continuation of the question given by people is, oh, well, will you be able to feel it and this, that and the other, you know, what can you feel, what's it like for you?
As the time is getting near where my operations are coming to an end, I'm getting more excited and I can't wait for it to happen. But at the same time, I'm very nervous.
I mean, from my side, I look no different to a genetic girl. Yes, I have sensation. I probably have sensation in the same places that other women have.
And it's time for Mitch to catch up, as his final operation is not far off, and then he'll be 100% man.
What they're going to do is they're going to put stiffeners inside the phallus. And there's going to be like a little pump in the groin area. It's filled with liquid, saline solution. And once I sort of like pump it up, or if Emma decides to pump it up, it'll be like that for quite a while and it won't go down, so she'll be there all night. What I'm really worried about is that I might not do it right. And it's like being a virgin again. I'm looking forward to it, but I am scared as well, you know. And when I get scared, I laugh. I laugh a lot, so that's going to be fun. That's going to be a lot of fun.
I suppose it's like the first fumbling grasp of teenagers and so forth.
The only thing that won't happen is ejaculation. That will never happen. But I can go for a long, long time. And I can't wait. Can't wait for that to happen.
and the waiting is almost over.
I don't think Tony and I are romantic in what people think romance is about, like flowers, chocolates. That's not romantic. I think romantic is...
I do the hoovering and do the cooking. And
19-year-old Tony loves 68-year-old DJ Jock. He may remember the war, whereas she barely remembers Wham. But for Tony, age is only a number.
The best thing about Jock was his personality. He was very outgoing. I thought he was a very loving chap when I first met him. He felt really friendly and I felt comfortable with him.
Karaoke queen Tony may be comfortable with her bus pass boyfriend, but friends, young and old, were less than comfortable at first.
When Tony first started going out with Jockey, I was shocked, but I was happy.
Well, I've known Jockey now for about 35 years, and known Tony for about just over 12 months. I saw it develop over several months, and yeah, it did shock me.
When I was shocked, it was only because I just didn't expect it. It was one of those things you just don't expect, and when it happens, it happens. I mean, I was cool about it, because they're great together, but I was just like shocked.
Well, being a father and a grandfather, I was a bit miffed about it, really. But as long as they're happy, Tony knows what she's doing, Jockey knows what he's doing. As long as they're happy together, it's okay with me.
I heard he's got a big so rock on Tony. He's had plenty of years of practice, carry on.
And once they've finished making sweet music together, carry on they will.
Thank you, you're so kind, thank you.
In 1998, Mida was 18 and living in her home country of Indonesia. Meanwhile, 34-year-old Lancashire lad Jeff landed his dream job in Indonesia as well, and their paths crossed, and Jeff was smitten. He may have been loved up, but love isn't always easy.
Traditional law prevents you going directly to the girl to say, would you like to go out on a date? It's not like in the UK. You have to get permission from her family. So we set up this date, which was, I believe, on a Thursday night. So all I had to do was arrive around about 10 o'clock.
The first time I come, I bring about 3 friends with me, because I was scared.
There were about 9 or 10 people waiting to go out on this date.
Despite the somewhat crowded dating scene, the unlikely lovers got engaged 2 years later. But Jeff had to do a damn sight more than get down on bended knee.
3 or 4 weeks after we'd proposed, her family had said to get married, you've got to become Muslim. And I'd agreed with that. I didn't think that was being a problem, changing religion. What wasn't explained was to become Muslim, you also have to be circumcised. But to take Mida's hand in marriage, it's something I had to do, and was quite willing to do that. The thought of giving up pork, which you have to do to become Muslim, was a very minor sacrifice, but the operation in itself to become circumcised was a huge sacrifice.
2 of my brothers there, I think my sister there, but I was outside the hospital.
I didn't really appreciate what was going to be involved in the operation and the extent of the way the operation was going to take place, how much pain I was going to be in, how long after the operation I would have to wear bandages, and it's like a sarong, which is a sort of dress I would have to wear. So I hadn't appreciated that too much.
We got video, we got a picture and everything.
Whether it's a delicate process or not, I didn't want to look, but all I heard was like, I ended up with 22 stitches and 3 weeks of agony, as well as walking around in a dress.
It's a big decision, isn't it, for him? That's why I love him.
For the love of Mida, it was worth it. It was worth it, yes, definitely.
Oh, that is really funny.
But circumcision wasn't Jeff's only sacrifice in the name of love.
Sex, right. If Tony had his way, all I can warn women off older men, because older men get worse, they just want sex morning, noon and night. So just beware, women, okay? Don't marry an older man. Sex is good.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks. Yeah. I wrote
Oh, okay,
before.
I'm just being clear and concise. Yes.
Working up a sweat in Bradford are an unlikely couple with a 19-year age gap. Ali is 47, whereas her toy boy lover Simon is just 28.
Going out with Simon, being so much younger and being my gorgeous toy boy lover, it does keep you young and it makes you feel more vibrant and more sexy. I mean, I still look at younger women and think, oh gosh, you know, I'm sure he'd rather go out with them. But I do feel younger since I started going out with Si, except when we both look in a mirror together and then I sort of look at him and think, oh God, who's that old hag with my boyfriend? And then I realise it's me.
Ali and Simon first met 5 years ago at school, where they both work.
I first saw Si when he used to come and fix my computer, and he really impressed me because he touched types like a secretary, and I've never seen a man typing like that before, and I was really impressed. Thought, oh, that's clever.
Fast forward to the office Christmas party where after a few sherries, Ali had one thing on her mind: Simon.
We were all chatting and I kind of thought, I wonder where that nice young man is. I'd like to give him a kiss. So I went to see him in his office and I went in and I was a bit shy. I said, is it okay if I come into your office? And he said, yeah, it's okay, yeah, it's fine. And I said, is it okay if I come a bit nearer? And I walked a bit nearer to him and I said, is it okay if I come even nearer still? So I ended up where I was right touching him like this.
It was a bit of a shock for her to be so forward. I didn't think people would be that way, and I just thought she was joking at first.
But Simon quickly realised that people did act like that, and he was hooked and hungry for more. Transsexual married couple Mitch and Emma have decided to get away from London to help take Mitch's mind off his imminent, final sex change operation.
I suppose it's exceptionally unlikely that you end up with two trans people meeting in a psychiatric unit. Yeah, that's pretty damn unlikely.
Yes.
So which one are you?
I'm the bright.
You're the splotchy one. And the sort of sandy pink one. I see.
I always recognised the fact that I was a boy, right from the age of 7 onwards. And I thought I was the only person in the whole wide world that felt like this.
And I made friends with the girls rather than the boys, which peed all the boys off. Well, why should you get all that? And they didn't actually realise that I wasn't getting all that. Quite the reverse.
Do they know they're not in the sea?
I don't think they care.
We go to the pier now.
Yep. Come on then.
Come on, hurry up.
Oh, come on you.
Brighton is a special place for Mitch and Emma. It's where they spent their honeymoon. But for these unlikely lovers, life hasn't always been easy.
Certainly in the early stages, it was very difficult.
It was frightening as well at some point.
Yeah, sort of threats of violence and things were commonplace. Abusive language, most of the language you can't repeat. Almost the violence behind the words as well, you know, it's so obvious what people think. You know, and it's wrong because we are people. Yeah, we may not necessarily be the same as you, but you aren't the same as the person next to you either. So we're all different.
After a perfect day in Brighton, our unlikely lovers are set for Mitch's final sex change operation, completing the transformation from female to male.
I knew he was going to say that. Good job we had it yesterday, wouldn't it? Because we said last week.
Yesterday. We had sex last, I think, yesterday?
Yesterday.
Yesterday.
And the day before and the day before. But not today, because we haven't had time. So, but we might when we go back, when we've had a sleep and we're a bit tired when we woke up this morning. We didn't have time, did we?
Yeah, but not here.
No, but not on this bed, okay?
In the Netherlands, Dominique's big day has arrived. She has arranged over 60 pet weddings, and now it's her turn. Dominique is getting married to her cat, Dorak. That's if his wedding jitters don't get the better of him.
In an ideal world, I would have sent out invitations to all of my friends months and months in advance, had a big wedding list of all the presents that Dorak and I would like, and little mice and cat treats for him and a dishwasher for me. But because Dorak was kicked around in the past and abused, he's just too scared, and that would upset him too much, and I don't want to traumatise him, so we're just going to keep it quite small and cosy this evening.
The guests arrive for the intimate ceremony and share their thoughts on the impending nuptials.
The marriage, what she does, is a different way as a human being relationship. It's more of a special bond for her. She's very attached to the animals. What for her is like a special thing. You can't compare it with human marriage. I think it's completely different.
Thank you all really much for being here and sharing mine and Dorak's day. I'm sorry that Dorak isn't always emotionally available, but I know he's here in spirit, even if most of the time he stays up the stairs. Thank you all as well, because everybody here are really immediate family, and all the people that also have to help out and look after Dorak when we're away. So thank you.
Moesten we even op de toekomst van
Perhaps anyone watching this, perhaps they think I'm completely crazy, or why would I marry my cat, or something like that. And there is a serious side to all of this. Our relationships these days are changing. Marriage isn't what it was. I think a lot of us are coming from a generation of broken homes. It's not like it used to be. People don't get married to the guy next door and live happily ever after. Yet people still are looking for unconditional love. They want someone to be there when they come home. They want somebody who's there only for them forever. And I think that we have to start looking for it in other places. Will you, Dorak, take Dominique to be your partner from this day forward? Will you love and cherish Dominique in sickness and in health, forsaking all other owners for as long as you both shall live? We click together. By the power vested in me, I now pronounce you cat and wife.
Seven years ago, 41-year-old Jeff made the ultimate declaration of love by having a circumcision for his wife Mida, who was 15 years his junior. In the year 2000, the couple tied the knot in a traditional Indonesian ceremony in Mida's home village. For Jeff, it finally signalled the end of a purely platonic relationship. Well, almost.
And it's the first time ever that I've actually been with somebody and not physically touched them in 2 years, and ended up getting married because of it. But it was actually very nice on the eve of the wedding day to sleep with Mida, being a virgin. And for her to give that up for me was something that was just incredible.
If you love me, you have to wait. If you don't love me, you can try with somebody else. Yeah, this is why we're doing it after wedding. Is that right?
Yeah, but not straight after, unfortunately.
No. We have to wait after 2 days after the wedding, aren't we?
A week.
What? Yeah.
But who was counting?
Because I'm scared.
Scared?
Because I don't know.
Jeff and Mida have since settled in Lee, a small town near Manchester, 1,000,000 miles from the remote Indonesian village where Mida grew up, and they fell in love.
The first year I just spent all the night, every night crying because I just want to go home. I no friend, my English not well, I'm pregnant. So then I decided go for the beauty course. It take me about 4 years since I moved here now. Yeah, I got my own business with a friend, joined with a friend.
But fully settled in the UK, our unlikely lover is looking to the future, however unlikely.
My mom used to do massage and my auntie have a salon, but I don't have a dream to open the salon in England, Manchester. We are always together. I will never ever leave him for anybody else.
It's the best decision I've ever made, was to marry her.
Yeah.
We are going to be together forever. There's no way would I ever leave her, and I hope she feels the same.
Yeah, I've told that before.
Good.
Oh no. Oh. We say this all the time, aren't we?
Yeah.
Oh.
Mitch's big day has arrived and he's off to hospital for his final sex change operation, completing the transformation from female to male.
Well, I've been up since 4 o'clock this morning. Today is the day of my op, where they put the hydraulics in, put the stiffeners in. Emma's in bed. That's the way we do it. Because I don't want to get worked up, because she gets worked up, because she gets worried and I just panic. I'm a little nervous, but I've got 100% confidence in him.
From the time you get up in the morning, you're the same as the time we go to bed. There is no change in that attitude of that bubbly, we'll have a laugh, and nothing's going to bother us today. And that's a fact.
In Cornwall, 19-year-old Tony and 68-year-old Jock, with an age gap just short of half a century, are having a spot of pillow talk, looking back on their unlikely love affair.
I sent Jock one text message asking about singing lessons, and then you started texting back.
As time went on, we just got closer and closer together. That's what
Jock just
happened.
couldn't control himself.
No, it was nice.
Oh, no.
We had good fun.
I didn't do all the chasing. I did not do all the chasing.
No, you didn't do all the chasing.
We were both hinting each other on, really, weren't we?
Yeah,
Through the texting. We texted like 4 hours that night.
non-stop.
Yeah.
But it was a laugh, wasn't it?
I can't really
I mean,
remember.
I knew then there was something, had to be some tunes by the way the answers would come back when they text me, wasn't it?
I can't remember how we decided to meet up, though.
No.
Oh, I can, but yeah. I had a cold, you see, I had a bad chest.
Oh, it had to be rubbed, didn't it?
Yeah.
You had a bad chest, didn't you? A bad cold. But it was nice.
You can't say that! What, rubbing my chest was nice?
I think we have proved people wrong because we got on very well together and we are very happy together. And we've been through a lot of bad times with our parents and all one thing and another. But we have pulled through it, and I think they will have our parents. And still do to this day. And I hope they can see things our way, and that I do love her and care for her a lot. And our relationship now, we're in a very, very strong relationship, very compatible. And I like to keep going on the way we've been going and see what happens a bit further down the line, because nobody knows what tomorrow, next day, or a week turns out. But I love her dear, and I want to stay with her.
Tony is so sure that Jock is the man for her that she would like to fill their love nest with a patter of tiny feet.
she asked about having a baby, and I said, well, you've got the right to God, say about babies. So she wrote a letter to God, and I thought it was very, very nice that she wrote. Have I got it? Dear God, I live with my lover, Jockey Boy, and I love him with all my heart.
Anyway, he told me to write to you because I would like to ask you for a baby. I will be the best mum in the world and be kind all the time, even to Jockey Boy. I will even stop smoking and drinking. Please reply in my belly, ASAP. All my love, Tony, the most beautiful and loving woman in the whole wide world.
God will reply to you. He will reply to you in one way or another.
Still waiting.
But until that reply makes it to Cornwall, practice makes perfect.
Condoms.
Oh, Jesus Christ, no, I did not.
That's only joking.
Don't get extra small.
I call Babes little one.
Yeah, always little one.
Always little one.
I don't call you anything.
You
really,
don't call me big one, no.
No, I could.
Unlikely lovers Emma, who was born a man but is now a woman, and Mitch, who was born a woman but is now a man, have come to the end of their journey, with Mitch's final sex change operation a total success.
I'm home now, and it's been 48 hours since the operation. Very excited for the future. Emma's been looking after me.
Someone's got to.
I've been in bed for the last 4 days. Haven't been allowed up.
When he's in hospital, I get very nervous to begin with, because I tend to worry for him, and at the same time, while I'm worrying, Mitch is getting all excited.
Finding it very exciting. I mean, in a bit of pain, but the painkillers are sorting them out for me. That's why I'm a little bit dazed. But apart from that, everything's fine.
Waiting for Christmas now.
Oh yeah. Oh yes, waiting for Christmas.
Yes. That's when we find out whether everything will work properly.
It's like a whole new start. It's like I've been connected, plugged in, and the batteries are charged, and I'm ready for my future.
So there you are. Stuck with me, aren't you?
Yep. Yes, very much so. I love you.
47-year-old Ali and her 28-year-old toy boy Simon had a Christmas snog 5 years ago, and these unlikely lovers have been together ever since.
I could certainly live without sex for a long time, but not when I'm actually living with a sexy young man. So it depends on the circumstances you're in, but it's certainly, we are very, very close when we're physical with each other. I think we're very compatible.
Yeah, I'd say we're very compatible.
We're very compatible. I have an orgasm every time we have sex, and I think that's unusual for women.
Excuse me while I die.
Sorry.
Just the one?
No, I have loads. And they're all from penetrative sex, which I think is very unusual.
You can't say that.
Ali was a divorced mother of one when she and Simon got it together. And although Ali was ecstatic about taming her toy boy lover, her daughter Georgia was less than thrilled.
Everybody likes asking, how's your brother? And things like that. And I'm like, he's not my brother, he's my stepdad. And they're like that. So It was a bit weird. When I first met Simon, I was really jealous because I thought my mum was spending too much time with him and not enough time with me. So I used to never talk to Si, and I used to always ignore him when he talked to me. But then I just thought, well, if my mum's happy, then I'll just be happy. So I started to talk to him more, and he ended up being really nice.
Simon, Ali and Georgia now all live together happily, and it looks like a case of 3 is a family for the foreseeable future.
And now we're really, really good friends. Apart from the fact when I'm arguing with my mum, which is a lot, he always goes on her side. And whenever he's arguing with my mum, I always go on his side, so it's unfair.
Ali does make me feel a little bit more mature at times. Although you don't like me going down the aisles in the supermarket on the trolley with my legs up in the air. You don't like that though, do you? No. No.
The only thing I wish is that I could wave a magic wand and I could be 28 again, because, you know, I was gorgeous when I was 28 and I would have been such a lovely girlfriend for him then.
Gorgeous now. I see our future together as being happy. Obviously at some point I can see us getting married.
If Si ever asks me.
That's true. Anyway.
I think even if we don't ever get married, I think we'll be together forever, if not for a long time. I can't think of anything that would split us up, because obviously we've had problems and we've had things to sort out between us. We just seem to know how to love each other, and I can't see anything splitting us up. I really can't, unless I stop having those orgasms.
You mentioned orgasms again.
Sorry.
If Tony was an animal, he'd be a rhinoceros. Because
Do you really want to go into that?
Yeah, I could be really crude here, but I won't. I'll say something else. Because I think if he was a rhinoceros, he would look after me, he'd be brave and be in charge. Call you a gorilla.
Well.
Teddy bear. No, he's definitely a rhinoceros.